I'm live once again for the Willpower Lunch. I didn't announce this stream. I've been kind of busy lately. I'll eventually take this all a lot more seriously starting a day ahead of time. I see some people, Elliot Rodriguez, he posts his ominous show like 2 or 3 days before. I see a few people doing that. But what am I going to do today? I've been coloring this piece that I've been working on for Michael, but it's the Power Lunch. Let's see, what do we got for news today? Share that. Good Lord, I saw this. What are those things on his legs? This kid is apparently, he's 18 years old. Jungkook Mak is already 7'6", taller than any NBA player. He can just touch the rim. Like, is that even... Are we even playing games anymore? Are we allowed to foul this guy? I feel like I should be able to. If I'm 5'8", and I just accidentally... God damn it. Like, if I run into him, I'm running, like, smack into his cock. Like, what the fuck? Ugh. These guys around, this has got to be photoshopped, right? Or it's forced perspective, that guy. Because the other basketball player's got to be at least, like, up to his chest, right? Goodness. It's been such a slow week. Yeah. It's a new wide receiver for the Bengals. Because I haven't saved too many bookmarks or anything like that. This was pathetic to watch. Clavicular is an odd character. Because he starts with this stupid looks-maxing thing. Which any intelligent person can tell is just fucking stupid. But he gets attention. And so, of course, he's going to have at least 5 or 6 girls around, you know, with this shit. But look at how they move. Look at these girls. They were not dancers. They each need a sandwich. It's crazy how 2 hot chicks can be in your lap, and I'm not jealous. Because they're grinding their bony asses all over your fucking lap. It's just kind of sad. Oh yeah, then there was this Hunter Biden interview. Which I guess happened a week ago. If I play any of this, is it going to get copyright struck?
On the internet, we get to deny the Holocaust.
As far as Jews are concerned in general, I think that everybody in the country should be treated with dignity and respect and have their civil rights.
Like, what do you think about somebody like Mamdani?
I'm actually sharing the audio.
There's no ideological core to Donald Trump.
No, I agree with you.
Don Jr. got the largest loan ever given by the Department of Defense.
Vance owes his entire political career to
It's funny is this guy calls himself Channel 5. He's not part of any channel.
Peter Thiel. Whichever firm is the one to develop such a thing as a universal human community. And
people on the right got pushed to platforms like Parler,
These
corporate psyop maybe.
It is kind of, you know, I wish this was more interesting, this interview, because Fuentes has this, his reputation's way worse than the actual person. Let's be honest. He has this reputation of being like a raging anti-Semite, being a raging racist. Maybe I'm just exposed to too much of that online already, but he seems very reasonable to me a lot of times. And I feel like the people who would hear me say that and be like, oh man, that just means you're actually right. Like, you know, you people don't watch. You know, I don't really watch either. I've seen clips. I've seen segments. I saw this interview. Yeah. But like I said, it's just been so slow. Oh gosh, this pathetic Halo game. They re-released the original Halo, but they effed it all up.
I'm Lieutenant Williams, Tiger Company.
You don't seem as impressed as the rest of your crew.
No, Sergeant Major, I'm not. Takes more than fancy armor and a good PR campaign to impress me. Not bad, Spartan.
I'm almost starting to believe the propaganda.
Nice work.
Thanks. Spartans aren't the only badasses in the UNSC.
It's so pathetic. Like, I read the first book, and, you know, from that, I think you can tell that the Spartans are kind of the only badasses in the UNSC. Like, they're the ones who can actually kill the Covenant. None of these other guys could handle it. I know in the freaking book, the grunts were taking out the human Marines. Like, they couldn't even take out a grunt with needlers. They were getting shot with the needlers, and just friggin' the needlers just bore right through their armor or whatever. Which is crazy because the needler only has 18 shots in it. I feel like any alien fighting the United States military or the world government military shouldn't have weapons that just run out of ammo like 2 minutes after you start firing them, personally. Ugh. What else, man? I'm just going to share a couple more things. A couple more things I found interesting on the internet. And I'll get to draw. I'll get to just color it. See who stops by. It'll be a fairly boring show. Connect to my iPad here. Like totally sober this morning. It's a mistake, I think. If I click on this, damn it. Why can't I open this in the same tab? Because I'm sharing a tab over here. If I actually click, I gotta share the whole damn window. I gotta make sure I'm sharing the dang audio. There we go. This is a secret to drawing horses. There's been a lot of people who have trouble drawing horses. Horse anatomy is kind of hard to wrap your mind around. But I hope this helps.
This is what horses actually look like, and needless to say, this has really ruined horses for me. Because land animals have a common ancestor, we have the same bones, although the way that they are presented are changed depending on the way that they evolve to interact with the environment. So you can see that a human, a cat, a whale, and a bat all have the exact same bones, but they are different lengths and different placements. Now, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, well, why is a whale on the list? And that's because a whale was actually a land animal before it evolved to go back into the water. But in all examples, they have a humerus, a radius, ulna, carpals, metacarpals, and phalanges. And this is also true with horses, but it looks different. Horses are actually standing on a single finger. So in this example, you can see there's a human hand with the middle finger descended, and on the other side is the horse's leg, and look, it's the exact same bones. And so the horse's hoof is essentially a giant fingernail. As you can see the blue up top, that's all the metacarpal bones, which makes up the base of our hand to where it meets the wrist, but that is actually in there what we would call a thigh. And genuinely, ever since I learned this fact, it is grossing me out. Because I always assumed that they were walking kind of like a human would on all fours, and maybe the fingers had condensed down into the hoof. But nope, they're just trotting around on 4 middle fingers. Learning this makes them seem a lot less majestic. And since I had to learn this fact and it's forever burned in my brain, I thought I would do the same for you, so you're welcome. This is what horses actually...
That does not make them seem less majestic at all, to me. Sounds more majestic. Apparently there was a... God damn it, I hate it when the... I'm just trying to scroll up and it jumps all the way up. Here we go. Apparently there's a Minecraft convention, which of course, there's a convention for everything. But, I don't know, I'm trying to wrap my head around how, because this dude's got to be my age, right? Like this dude's in his 30s, 40s, and he plays Minecraft for a living. And this is his audience.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
Who's your favorite YouTuber? And can I get your autograph after this Q&A?
Like, how would you like to have an audience just of all 5-year-olds? Like, you'd never be able to say a thing, really. Or at least I wouldn't.
What is your favorite block in Minecraft?
What is your favorite block in Minecraft? I've probably played a total of like 18 hours of Minecraft. It's crazy how time can fly by. I had to remove myself. It was one of those things, like I want to play video games with my daughter, like it'd be fun, you know, if we could play games together. So we were looking for options. We both have iPads. Let's play Minecraft. And because she plays it, not all the time, but she plays it. And good Lord, like I'm just tapping, holding, tapping, holding. And I'm just removing cubes and placing new, I'm like, I'm a grown adult. Okay. I know plenty of people have fun playing video games. I have a very hard time playing video games. And especially a game like Minecraft where, what up, Subjugates? Especially a game like Minecraft where, you know, there is no point. There is no real skill, you know? It's like it's a platform for people to be should I say uncreative? Because I want to say like it's a place for uncreative people to feel creative, you know? Because you can, you know, you're just building with Legos. You're just playing around. You don't have to, you know, there's no skill involved in this. If I wanted to, you know, draw a castle, that takes a lot more effort and skill than building a castle in Minecraft. But the Minecraft castle is going to take like 10 hours, you know? You got to dig, I'm going to dig and find ores. And, oh, I want to have a white wall. I need, like, diorite. So I find the diorite. And I guess there's way to make other things. Like, there's other... yeah. It's a time sink. It's a time and effort sink. I try to avoid those. I try to think that I have a good... I'll reconnect my iPad because I am going to start drawing soon. But I'd like to think I have a good sense of let's not waste my freaking time. Man, I guess that's it. I really haven't saved much, huh?
I'm straight. Oh, I'm straight. You think other people gonna think that? Yeah, just look at the jersey, bro. You feel like he gay all straight? He gay as fuck. Why you say that? The jersey gay as fuck. You gay all straight? I'm straight as fuck. You think other people gonna think that? 100%. I bet. Appreciate
this dude hit the straightest face he could muster.
Why you say that?
Oh man, it's a white boy.
Oh man, it's a white boy. Look at this. Hold on, man.
Feel like he gay all straight. You gay all straight.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I'm straight. You think other people gonna think? Why you say that? The jersey gay as fuck. You gay all straight? I'm straight as fuck.
Dude, he almost said gay right there. He was like, I'm straight. I'm straight as fuck. Then watch, he's going to take this picture. He's going to try and hit the straightest face he could possibly. He's not going to smile, nothing. He's just.
Appreciate it. Feel like he gay all straight.
Gay as hell, bro.
Dude, he was trying his best to look straight, man.
It's a white boy. You know these white boys go both ways, man.
Trouble is he's skinny. He's got the big. He's got like kind of. His hair kind of looks like Carrot Top, but it looks like he keeps it clean. He's a very clean dude. You'd have to be like a slob to be considered like not gay. I feel like even with the mustache, people would be like, he ain't gay. As long as I take the glasses off. These glasses have kind of a weird purple tint to them. It was blue on the website when I ordered them. But they're $13 and they're very sturdy. So my house glasses.
I'm straight.
I'm straight.
You think other people gonna
I'm
think that?
straight, man. Dude, you have 2 earrings.
Shit. I feel like he gay all straight.
Bro, that nigga gay as fuck, bro.
Why you say that?
Look how he smiling and shit, gang. You just know he gay. That
You just
nigga
know
look like
he
he
gay.
at the 90s or something.
You gay all straight.
I'm straight.
You think other people gonna think that?
Gang, this is my city. Bitches no. Ain't none of that.
He gay all straight.
Man, that dude is mega gay. What the fuck?
Why you say that?
Oh, look at his weird ass smile. Oh, his hairline crooked than a motherfucker. Who wears this? Like baby blue?
You know, that one, though, I feel like he did come off as straight in his photo. Like, he was one of the rare ones. And for exactly the reason I brought up right beforehand is that, because he's like, look, his freaking haircut's not right. Exactly. A gay man would take extra care to make sure that his hairline is straight. Look at his outfit. A gay man is not going to be wearing that outfit. Okay? They're going to be wearing something nice.
What is he in the 2000s?
You gay all straight.
I'm the fucking biggest boss you ever seen.
Alright, you think other people gonna think that?
Don't love it.
You feel like he gay all straight.
He gay for.
Why you say that?
The way he's smiling is crazy though.
You gay all straight.
I feel like I would probably say gay too. Even if he did come off as straight, I'd probably just say he was gay. Anyway, this will be a boring week once again. Like I said, for the power lunch, I'm just going to be coloring this picture I've been working on for Michael. I started coloring the feet last night. Those are looking all right. Of course, I zoom in and I'm like, do I need to blend? I need to blend a little more over there. Or do I? Because look, it's going to be this big. I'll just blend a little bit. I'll just blend a little bit. Should I have eaten this morning? Should I have actually? Because I literally rolled out of bed and started streaming. And just said, it's 11 o'clock. Let's get this shit going. You got to be a YouTuber. You got to get on YouTube and make content, Will. Okay? You're going to be streaming to your mother for a few hours today until Cody shows up. Keep you company. Ugh. I realized last night, because you can see where the coloring ends over here, that I had just the wrong angle on the on this thing. Like, what's this? Oh. Sorry. Anyway, like over here, it creases right here, right? And over here, it was creasing down here. You see that? How did it end up like that? How did I get there? I don't know. But I got pretty deep before realizing it. So anyway, I got to switch up the angle on that. Having it come up like this, you know, did not jive. I was sitting there looking at the figure that I have drawn out, and she's got like this. She's laying down, but her chair's acting like she's sitting differently. Like, I would have to angle her upper half a bit more towards the camera if I was going to have the back at that angle. And so I got to lower the back a little bit, or at least I got to make it a little less noticeable that it doesn't make sense, you know, because hopefully people are just so distracted by the figures and, you know, the overall composition being good enough that, you know, no one's going to give a shit. No one's going to notice. They'll probably forgive me if they do, you know. But I don't want another like Isom situation where, oh, is he floating above this bed or the couch? Is he floating above the couch? Because that's no good. I also realized I need to draw like the pole under the, you know what I'm talking about. I got to draw the frame of the chair that she's sitting in and not just the straps. Whatever. Hopefully this works out, man. It sucks that sometimes I struggle and like I'll draw a picture and the human figures in the picture look more well thought out. They look better than the flipping furniture and stuff. You know what I mean? Like, you have these wonderfully rendered, great anatomy, but they're sitting on a box. They're sitting on a cube because how do you draw a chair? You know? And that's why it's important. It's very important to study furniture. I should do more of it. That's what I ought to do one of these days. I ought to just go to a furniture store and just start drawing the things around me. Because that's what I did, you know. When I had to draw humans, When I said I want to draw... Shut up, you. Do I have work at 2:30? I don't have work at 2:30. Work at 4:30. Yeah. Anywho. When I wanted to get good at drawing humans, you draw people. You draw bodybuilders, you know. If you're drawing anatomy, you draw pornography. If you're drawing ladies, you know, if you want to get some of that. Man, who wants to draw a fucking chair? Like, who wants to draw this? Who wants to sit here and do this? And this might not even look good. I might sit here and say, okay, I'm going to do these things. And then I'm going to zoom out and it's not even going to look good. And I'm going to go cry to the people who think I'm a good artist and be like, hey, is this good? Get some, like, reassurance. Drawing and chilling on the power lunch. Well, it already looks better, honestly, just doing that than it did. Just kicking them up a little bit. Because the way it was before, it was like way too flat on the side. It gave no impression of like three-dimensionality. Let me turn on some nice little AI music. Some chill AI music. I can't believe I didn't save any news stories this week, really. Because we just had a freaking full-blown, like, medieval-style takeover of a city. Like, barbaric. In Spain. And that's a hard thing to square. Like, being in the Comicsgate media bubble now. Because none of these guys, well, some of them do, I guess. Maybe I should go over to, like, Jim Tells You's channel. Maybe I should go start hanging out with those guys. Maybe I should, man. Like, I went on CG After Dark this week. Because I like Klippa. He's got a good radio presence. I think he's going, you know, he wants to promote comic books. I see him out there promoting people and being a good dude. He also wants to hold Liam accountable for being Liam, which I ended up going on his show. I streamed for 10 hours this past week with Klippa. The first two, we were talking about Chris Peel of Bootlegger. And he had a story called the Nostradamus Effect. And it's one that I remember watching interviews with him. He's been writing this a long time. But it didn't fund. It failed. He knows. He's honest about it. Just picking up the pieces. I've never had like a conversation with him, just one-on-one. He was over on Cody's channel last week. And that was the first time I think I ever like streamed with him. Where we were just bullshitting around. And it didn't come up like his comic book, like You know, it wasn't the forum to be like, why did it fail? What could we have done differently? What are Will's opinions? But CG After Dark, it was one of those situations where in the audience, I felt like I knew a little bit more about what was going on. I felt like I wanted to voice my opinion on it. Because here I'm coming out with my comic book, and I feel like I have some ideas about how to really do it. I didn't want to like necessarily start putting myself out there like that until I had some success under my belt. I feel like that was something Little Movie Perp was doing that really bothered me. When I saw it, when I saw the DMs of him being like, I could help you pitch. I could help you with your comic book pitches. When it's like, where's your successful comic book? If you're going to help with the pitches. You know? I kind of want people to come and ask me for my advice before I give it. That would be ideal. But in the absence of that, because I felt like it on Tuesday, I went on Clippa's channel on CG After Dark, and like, okay, the Nostradamus effect. I remember when I first saw it, I'm like, this is a lot of exposition. You're trying to explain to the audience what the curse is before they even start reading. And I feel like if I was like talking directly to Chris Peel, that's what we would be talking. It's like, where's the hook? What is the hook of the story? What is a moment in the story that you feel like really draws readers in? And let's capture that and let's make that what we pitch. You know what I mean? Because he's got like a Mulder Scully characters in the story. And I'm like, why aren't we kind of starting with them? Because if that's who we're going to, as readers, is that who we're spending time with? They're the ones that are going to be uncovering the mystery? Or are we actually spending time with the villainess? If we're spending time with the villainess, then maybe it needs to be more, you know, because I know at that point it's like, well, let's give them some exposition about what she's doing, you know, why she's here, yada yada. But, you know, how about we show who she is, you know? Why do you got to tell me twice when I get a text message? There's got to be a way to turn that off. If I ignore the first ding, I don't want to hear another ding. I'm busy thinking. Yo, Yoshikage Killer Queen. I was just talking about bootlegger comics. Was a topic of conversation on the CG After Dark this past week, and he had a comic book. Is that Matt? Do I know Yoshikage Killer Queen? I don't recognize the name, and I feel like it's someone I know in real life. But anywho, like, let's say you got your story. It's focused on this girl who saw a news story about you could get superpowers. You know, there's a curse associated with Nostradamus' skull that if you drink from it, you get powers, but it also brings calamity. And you see that, and you're like, fuck it, I want the power. You know, bring the calamity. I want power. I want power. I would almost want to communicate that more in the pitch, where it's like, it's about this freaking woman's lust for power. She is the femcell who will destroy the world. But yeah, Clippa sees him interviewing Caro Brown of Rippaverse fame. What's up, Kira? Kira, my name was written in a death note. I'm gonna get around to that. I'm only kind of just starting the story. And since you're new here, I'm just going to assume you don't know anything about Comicsgate. So yeah, this is just like a weird taste of what I've been dealing with online, trying to make this comic book. And since you're new here, I'll zoom out and show you a little more of what I'm working on. This is a picture. I'm working on this for Mr. Michael Ferraro's Cool It comic book. These are goth witch martial artists. And I decided to draw him going to the pool because he's like, Will, I want you to make me a bookmark. Because I wanted to make some art for him. I said, you know, let me draw some boobs for you. He says, I need a bookmark. I'm like, okay, I got you. And I drew something else first that's going to end up being turned into a poster because it got too busy. And I'm like, this image is great, but it's too big. There's too much going on. It can't be a bookmark. Bookmark's going to be like, you know, a certain size. And even this one, I think, is kind of, you know, it's a little busy for a bookmark. But he said it's an extra large bookmark. So I'm like, if he ends up trimming the sides a little bit, we're safe. We can lose a little bit of this side and that side and still have a pretty cool image. Thank you, Yoshi. Oh, Yoshi. Maybe. But you gotta get into the nitty-gritty of these pictures. It sucks that I can't just be done after I'm done drawing the hot chicks. You know, because I'm gonna have to come back here and draw the entrance to the freaking locker rooms. I don't want to do that. I actually like, you know, because people rail against AI. Are you pro AI? Are you anti AI? You know, I'm like, hey AI, finish this picture. And the AI's like, I'm not finishing that picture. That picture is too lewd. That picture is far too risque for Grok to finish it. You need to clean it up. So I had to put him in dresses and thicker, you know, things. But anyway, this is how Grok would have colored it. And that gave me some ideas. It's kind of useful because I'm like, okay, this is more or less what the computer thinks it should look like. The computer, you know, like an artist, if I show something to John Malin, he's gonna be like, mistake, 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 you know, which I really appreciate because I'm trying to get better. But at the same time, most people are just like, wow, that's cool. You know, the image tickles their retinas and the job is accomplished. Okay? And you don't need to make the chair look perfect. And it's never gonna look perfect, but I'm gonna make it look a little better than, you know, a little better than just lines. No. I'm trying, I have to at least attempt to create an illusion on the page. Thanks, man. Yeah, he was drawing, Katie did. So I popped in. I love drawing with people. I love talking about drawing. I'd love to get like a real studio show going of my own. I'm always joining other people's studio shows whenever I can. Omer Glitch does one where, you know, he's nice enough to invite me on, and I get to sit down and draw with Marcus Killigrew and Dale, and occasionally a rotating cast of other people. It's usually, I think, just us four. It's Dale, Marcus, me, Omer. Yeah, there's like 2 or 3 other people. Tank, obviously, Tank Ferret shows up. Anywho, That's good, man. Let me know if you ever want to pop on and draw with me. Like I said, I don't have friends on the internet, but I don't know, maybe I'll come around. Yeah, I gotta like put my head down and get this thing done. But yeah, Chris Peel is gonna come back with a new pitch, I think, for the Nostradamus effect. Maybe a new title. I don't know. If he knew me well enough to ask for my advice, I could probably help him come up with a different title too than the Nostradamus effect. You know. But anywho, I went on CG After Dark, and Clippa was talking about Chris Peel. He had this Kara Brown interview pulled up, which Chris will talk to anybody. He's above the drama, which I would also like to be above the drama. Teach me how to be above the drama. But anyway, we only watched a little bit of that interview, and then the topic shifted to Liam, as it so often does nowadays, regrettably. Well, here we go. I guess I'm here. I had been stewing on some stuff for a little bit, because Liam, he's ever since I started interacting with Liam, it's like he's been spiraling. And it's only been like a year since I've known him. Other people have known him for like 10 plus years. And here I am, running my mouth. But no, freaking, I'm a new creator here in CG. I would like to be able to draw comic books, hang out and stuff, like all the things Liam says he wants to do, but he doesn't really want to do. I've come to understand, because he has this character of a guy who's constantly trying to rise above and, I just want to make comic books and this and that. But then he feeds the trolls. And constantly people are like, hey, look, you need to stop feeding the trolls. Because he has like multiple breakdowns a week. And he's so loud. And the trolls, that's the other thing, is his trolls seem like alright people for the most part. Like when they're not giggling and making fun of Liam, they actually do seem to also like talk about comic books and blah, blah, blah. They seem to want to promote creators and stuff like that. But Liam makes such compelling content to them that they just can't help themselves. And so it's just a spiral, man. It's just a constant fucking spiral. And Clippa, because he considers himself a provocateur, he sees the chaos and he wants to be part of it. He wants a piece. So Liam wants to fly off the handle and accuse people of poisoning his family and accuse people of all this. Well, now he's going to threaten his family with a sticker. Says, I'm going to put a sticker on your trash can. Yeah. I'm going to make Looney Tunes videos about koalas in quicksand. Yeah. Operation Quicksand. And he's being like a Looney Tunes villain. And so now you have Clippa joining in on the antagonism, and then Liam it's just ramping up. And there's the illusion in Clippa's mind, I think, that what he's having is having an effect. He's like, Operation Quicksand. Liam's gonna overreact to everything I do. I'm making a cartoon of a koala drowning. He thinks I'm threatening his family. That's retarded. Any reasonable person would understand that. What's up, just some guy? But no, he's overreacting, and what Klippa doesn't realize, and I realized this after I was on his show, because for the longest time, you got the FFS show at least once a week, sometimes 3-4 times. You know, I feel like I see him constantly talking about Liam. We got 9 people just analyzing all his videos, and I'm like, how does anyone this obsessed with another person? You know, and I really did see it like they were the bad guys. And now I see it differently. Now I realize that they are stuck in the quicksand. They're stuck in the actual quicksand that Klippa is finding himself in. Klippa is going to need to wake up eventually, and maybe he watches this and realize that Liam wants this engagement. Liam wants you looking at him all the goddamn time. Watching his videos, this and that. He doesn't want you to leave. Even if he doesn't realize it. This might be like a subconscious thing for him. Because like at one point, I was messaging him. I had tuned in to FFS. I noticed I've been streaming with Dr. Ben. I noticed Dr. Ben stops on FFS. He's telling me that they're cool people. He's like, you should give Cynic a chance. You know? And I'm like, I feel like I've given him like at least 15, 20 minutes worth of a chance. Just stopping in and listening to him giggle and leaving. So I stop in, and they're talking about Liam. I forget exactly what the hell they were talking about, but I felt the need to message Liam over it. I'm like, dude, I hope you find a way to rise above this, you know? And then he messages me back. He's like, oh, that's right. I message him like, these guys don't understand what it's like to be a man with a job and a family who's also trying to make a comic book career materialize out of fucking nothing. That's where I'm at. He at least has some books under his belt, you know, with writing credits. He's not drawing them like I am, you know. If I had given one of my early scripts to a random artist that I could afford 10 years ago when I started from the outset of this, you know, I probably would be in a similar position to Liam, where I'm spending hours and hours on the internet trying to be visible, trying to cultivate a fan base and keep this thing going. And, you know, not enough time getting to be a better artist. Not enough time coming up with better ideas for the story. Completely distracted by all of the strangers that you interact with on the internet. Shit-flinging retards. Shit-flinging retards. Shit-flinging and calling each other retards. It's literally all I see with all of them. I made the mistake of actually paying attention to all of them last year. Yeah. That's what I'm realizing. Because then I get on with Klippa and he starts going in on Liam. And, you know, Liam has been... You try to ignore Liam, and then he goes and threatens JJ and Patrick over having Klippa on his channel. You know, because he's the striker now. He thinks he's Thanos. He's weaponizing a freaking live shit from Seattle, who is the e-safety commissioner in Australia. You know, she fights for Australians to get people's channels taken down. The Australian government pressures, you know, you got these foreign governments pressuring American tech companies to censor Americans. You know, it's infuriating. You got people who are trying to be chill and neutral, and they're not allowed to because Liam shows up and starts making threats, starts throwing his weight around. So I was already kind of pissed about Liam. And I was thinking, you know, I should probably cozy up to, you know, I don't want to be mean to Clippa, but it's like he made Super Killers. He's a project manager of comic books. He's not is he a writer? He must do some writing. He must have some input on the script. But he's not an artist. You know, he's a different animal. He can be very useful. If people like watching him and he likes comic books, that's great. But he needs to step out of the quicksand. He really needs to realize that he is in the quicksand. Dr. Ben's joining us.
Once again, what's going on?
Oh, I'm just giving my own analysis of the situation since I appeared on CG After Dark.
I saw. Yeah, I haven't. The last thing I saw of it was that Liam he had shunned you, and now.
Oh yeah. Well, because I went on there and, you know, I was just saying, for the longest time, the people that pay attention to Liam, he co-wrote with Johnny. The people that pay attention to Liam, where was I? Fuck. I totally derailed.
Like I heard.
But anyway, Liam is the quicksand. They're all stuck in it. You got Clippa thinking that he's being clever. I feel like he's falling for the trap, because now he's going to be making Liam content, and Liam is going to have more eyeballs on him, and regardless of if it's positive or negative, that's going to feed the beast.
That does seem to be like one of his fuels is arguing about people that are supposedly his haters, and are doing him wrong. Like I've heard all, like I heard you saying how he talks about the people poisoning his animals and stalking them in drones. He's got all these things
stuff.
And
then I go on CG After Dark, because I had decided that, despite not like. Because I was saying, I was talking about Riley and how I feel about Riley.
Okay.
Because he's a provocateur. He's not he didn't come into this space with a great comic book idea. Like we're driving into CG from different angles. All right.
Yeah.
I'm driving in like, oh, I feel like I'm a really good artist and I'd like to get better, and I got these great stories. You guys seem chill. Like, let's fucking hang out and make comic books. And then he's coming in from, fuck.
I mean, his whole main thing was he came in on the Eric July thing. That was his bread and butter, right?
Yeah.
Go and making fun of Eric July. Everyone's watching that. He's going to jail. Everyone's rooting for him. He's in jail because of showing up at a bar and.
Just a bar in Dallas, and he's doing very not illegal things. He's just, I really wish people could recognize when that sort of shit is happening to them, when they're getting baited by people who are just being annoying, but they're not doing anything illegal.
Well, so I mean, just invariably, like the Eric July thing runs out of gas, right? Like everyone kind of loses interest in Eric July after.
And why did it run out of gas? Because Eric July immediately was like, I'm going to lose this battle. Let's ignore it.
Yeah, whatever way Eric does it is, whether, what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, people are like, oh, his sales are down. See, his
Love
sales
him or
are
hate
going
him.
down. And it's like, well, he's still selling comic books. So, I mean, irregardless, they're good, they're bad.
Regardless of whether he's actually making money on any of it because he's paying for so much of the production or whatever. But,
right. How much of that? They never really explored too much of like his actual funders and stuff. I mean, they kind of made fun of that, like with who was it that did the one where it was like, Oh, that was the puppet guy that did the video with Eric.
Cool.
Going and like he had to go like talk to Glenn Beck or something in the video.
Yeah, this is the Blaze.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, dude. Eric, he had connections with Fox News and all that other stuff, you know.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's a matter of like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's almost kind of like people like seeing that and being like, you know what, we don't want like garbage propaganda. If you're gonna give us like propaganda, you got to give it. We don't want Eric July serving up the patriotic comics. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just no. We're so, you know what I mean? I don't know if it was people just being like that, like we're not going to support this, or if it was just. I mean, there's so many different aspects to it, anyways. You know, like it's.
Guess so.
But so that's what I'm saying. Eric ran out of gas, and so I mean, Riley had to figure out a new. What's he going to do next? He's going to make fun of Vito. Okay, well, Vito's not that many people are really. I don't know. Maybe people are into Vito. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? Like the same thing with Vito.
He came after
like,
Vito. The Vito stuff was actually pretty funny, I thought.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that's just going to be his nature, his pattern.
Right.
He's going to go.
Well, Vito is in America. He's someone that Riley doesn't have to fundraise a ticket to go to. And yeah, so he shows up, and Vito walks out in a fucking Bluey shirt, bald as hell. That was good content. You know? Klippa's fundraiser crossed the limit. He got his $1,700 to go to Australia, and then it got taken down. Like, he's not going to get the $1,700.
Now he's not going to even be able to get the money.
And so now he's going to try again. But it's like, dude, just detach. You know? Like, but I went on CG After Dark, you know, and I started talking about Liam, like I said before, and I decided to embrace Klippa specifically because he was, you know, freaking Liam was calling up and bullying Patrick and JJ over it, right? Like, I really did that ticked me off a bit.
Patrick Quinlan. What was he doing? Oh, because
Klippa's on the Commandos.
I forgot.
And so Liam sends him a message like, "Hey, you're not allowed to have Klippa on the Commandos. He's threatening my family with Looney Tunes cartoons."
Making fun of me with Looney Tunes.
Making fun of me.
Forgot, but yeah.
And so Patrick, which I'm glad Patrick turned around on this pretty quickly when, you know, people gave him shit over it, but he was like, I'm not going to be able to have Klippa on.
Yeah, I did see that.
Like, dude, I would have immediately told Liam to go fuck himself. That's like so many things. I wouldn't be as angry at the Liam situation if so many things had gone differently, right? If Patrick had stood up to him in that moment and been like, no, go fuck yourself, I wouldn't have been filled with this rage and this need to be like, I'm going to be nice to Klippa, you know?
Right. I mean, Klippa, you were there when we had Klippa on, right?
Yeah, we got along. I like, you know.
Yeah, he's a nice.
I get along with most people.
I covered when he was arrested. You know, I was talking about that, covering that on whatever. I can't remember whatever show I was doing, you know, but whatever I was doing back then, because I made a clip of it. I synced the video of him getting arrested with what was it, like a rap song or something. Ethan even played it on like back when it was all going down. I was like, you know, it was everyone was happy for Klippa. Like it was fun, and like I think that's the thing, kind of with the Liam situation is it's not as fun. You know what I'm saying? With Liam, it feels like it's more like a fight, or like it's a, you know what I mean? Like it's more of a
fun with it, and I'm gonna get to that in a moment.
Because
I was like, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what he's got to figure out is like how to make it. Because I mean, the stuff with the animal cartoons, it's debatably funny. You know what I'm saying? Funny,
Yeah.
not funny.
He's swinging.
Right. Exactly. And you can't hit the ball if you don't swing. So I mean,
Can't hit the ball if you don't swing. So it's like, okay, I'm going to make the most innocent looking threat of all time and then see how Liam reacts, right? So I'm gonna irrigate the water around your house and turn your house into quicksand, and your quicksand, you know, like, what the fuck are we talking about, really? Who's gonna take that seriously? Nobody should.
He said he's going to turn property around my house into quicksand. He said he's going to flood it.
House. Like, dude.
Which I mean, is it Liam just leaning into like the bit, like trying to play along?
That's the other thing is, and I went through phases with this before coming to the conclusion, right?
Okay.
That Liam is the quicksand. You know, that he makes this content, he makes these sympathy streams, right?
Right.
And then he makes, you know, it's like he's a manic, you know, depressive, and then what's the opposite spectrum? Like there's a word for it.
Instead of manic depressive?
Like there's depression, and then there's like hyper like belief in yourself, right? And there's definitely a word for this that I'm just not thinking about.
Megalomaniacal.
Yeah, like something like, you know.
Megalomaniacal.
Man,
yeah.
Should text my ex. She definitely told me what it was. She's like, "You're this."
Or like a
maniac. I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
Or like, or like with narcissism? Is it involved with that? Like,
I mean, it's all tied into narcissism, because isn't narcissism just like you're obsessed with yourself?
Right, but I mean, you've got to like to make art and put yourself like out there in front of like people. You have to be kind of, you know what I mean? There's a tad of like narcissist.
Yeah, you got to be a little
elements.
like, I'm narcissist.
Yeah, but it's a matter of like, are you like crazy? Are you like?
Are you an asshole?
I am the best. I am the best actor. I am the best artist. I'm the best musician. And the sooner everyone else understands it, you know, like if you actually, you know, like if you're
like, I already know I'm the best musician, and I've never played an instrument.
Exactly. I mean, it's easy is the thing. Like,
right. Totally easy.
That's why only just losers doing it. That's why I don't do it. That's why I don't play.
Yesterday.
Druggies.
Yesterday I go on the Finatra stream, right? I see Lord Finatra streaming about whatever, and they're streaming about me, because they're like, who is this Will Studio guy that Liam just wrote in his death book? I'm like, I am Will Studio in the chat, and then I click the link. And everyone loved my porn stash, obviously. Who doesn't?
Nice. Right. Good mustaches. I mean, this is the thing: is you look at the people that don't have a good mustache, or that can't have a good mustache,
and
it's like they have a pain that, like,
yeah, they're like, gosh, I wish I could look like Burt Reynolds.
I mean, everyone has seen bad mustaches. I mean, they're just people that have like those little just
yeah.
It's just
I let
like
it come over the
hairs.
Lip, you know. There's a clip of Bryan Cranston talking about how if you let it grow over your lip, that's badass, you know. And that's not what I wanted with Walter White.
No.
I wanted, you know,
women aren't really into that, or at least yes.
Well,
the women that are into that are.
And honestly, even if I wasn't married, I feel like I'd be freaking slaying out there with this mustache, dude. I live in Columbus, so I'd have to pretend to be like an anti-racist.
Well, right. Well, I don't know. I've heard that like now it's like they're kind of like that's like their secret attraction is like.
Oh
yeah.
Like
they're like, oh, we don't like racists. man, you're so racist. I hate you so much. You know, like they work
Save
themselves
you,
into
my
their
pussy.
frenzy, right? Over. I mean, I don't know. You know, it's for me. It's like racism is weird. It's like I feel like I always felt like, you know, I'm not a racist person. I'm an ally. I'm not an ally, but you know, I'm not a racist. I'm not. You know,
Right.
I remember like, you know, I always talk to everybody. You know, and maybe that's the real racism, though. Maybe
It's
they
not
feel
good
like I
enough
wasn't.
anymore, man.
Yeah,
And
I
had
wasn't.
it out with a coworker at one point because I was telling her about Yakub at work,
Oh, no.
and
She
you know,
didn't
she didn't
believe?
take kindly to that. And so management's like, dude, can you apologize to her? Like, she passes as white, but she's mixed. You know, she's got like a black grandparent or something.
She was mad about Yakub? Like, what?
Yes.
She hates her own people.
She felt like what I was saying was incredibly racist. You
There's
know?
like all kind. Like, what?
I'm like, you don't know what a black Hebrew Israelite is, so the idea that a white guy is saying black repeatedly to describe somebody just triggers you. Because, you know, but I'm sitting there and I you know, because she's like, I just don't want to think that you're racist. And I'm like, I'm not. You've seen me interact with black people. I get along with them very well.
Everybody. You don't want to everybody.
I feel like, you know, I'm less awkward around black people than 95% of white people.
Yeah. Well, I just saw this study, and it was like, it was saying that like white liberal people, when they talk to like black people, like when they talk to them, they use like simplistic vocabulary, and like they talk like, okay, well, so what that means. Well, let me explain it to you, because I understand you people don't, you know, you folks
You don't
are
know
not.
how to use computers. Joe Biden
Right.
told me that you don't know how to use computers.
The governor of New York said the black kids.
Oh, that's
in the
right. It was
Bronx,
governor of New York.
The
That's
kids
what
in
it
the Bronx, they don't even know what a computer is.
They don't know what a computer is. It's like, ma'am.
None of the liberals said anything. They weren't like, whoa, what?
I'm pretty sure every kid above the age of 13 knows what a fucking computer is, Kathy.
Like, ma'am, have you ever met a black person? Like,
yeah, like,
have you seen them? They're everywhere. Like,
they out there.
How
okay?
have you not
the nerdy
seen
ones
them?
go to the
Yeah,
comic
what-
book shops.
Right. That's what I mean. Like, that was, well, you know what I mean? Like, they don't, that's like just like a patently, or well, that's like that, like
Extremely racist. It's
yeah,
actual racism.
but it's like soft racism. You know, like that's
Right.
the
Well, it's the
acceptable
type of
kind.
racism that would come from an avowed anti-racist. Because that's what this girl told me, is that unless I am anti-race, she says it's not good enough to simply not be racist. You
Right.
must be anti-racist, or that makes you racist. And I look at her and I'm like, that sounds like a whole thing, and I'm not part of that. Okay, so look, I'm going to go on treating people pretty much the same. Okay?
Right.
And you go about your business. And the next thing I know, it's HR's like, hey, Will, listen, you may not realize this, but she's actually a quarter black.
Will, we're going to have to, were you talking to Stephanie about Yakub?
Yeah. Listen, I don't think you understand her status as a permanent victim of her ancestry. Okay? Can you imagine? You're a quarter black and you make that like just your personality, where it's like, I must defend 25% of my blood against the white people. Like, come the fuck on.
They're not doing, they need defending. They're not
I
smart enough
bet
to
your
defend
grandparent, the
themselves.
one that had sex with the black person, you know, hopefully they got married and had a wonderful life. Who knows? Statistically, that's improbable, but, you know, she was probably more racist than you. You know? She was probably more racist than me. All right?
Oh my God.
Yeah, subjugates. It's not my fault when the stereotype matches. You know, some guy, people mistake prejudice for racism. They do. You know, but you should prejudge everyone as soon as you look at them. Let's be honest. Look at their shoes. How much money they make?
Well, you know, that's why a lot of rich people actually try to dress down. You know, they try to dress so that they don't look like they have a bunch of money.
Yeah,
and so
they're
then
not
you
trying to have you hit them up for anything.
Oh, hey, that guy, he's got money. Shit, look at him.
Look at his
shoes. People don't know how much money they got. Shit.
He's wearing that watch. That watch? Damn. That watch has like a domed, like, you know.
What do you got?
Hey, kitty. Where was I, though? Oh, yeah. I go on Finatra's stream because they're talking about me a little bit. And they're like, they're adding me to a Liam hater list, right? And so I introduced myself, and it's like, yeah, man, freaking this shit pissed me off with him trying to bully people over Riley because of the freaking cartoons and the shit that's going on between them. And it's like, I really feel like neutral parties should be left the fuck alone. And then I hear a story about this. Who is always DTF? I've seen him around in the chats and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with, I don't know.
I don't know the guy, but
okay.
You know, I hear, and I'm like, did I hear actual audio of this, or did people just tell me about it and it triggered me? Because this guy sends an outfit to Liam for his daughter. Yeah. That should be everyone's immediate reaction is with.
I mean, unless it's like someone that he knows like in person.
Dude,
you know
you gotta.
But that's just.
It gets worse, man.
I don't think that's. Well, if it is that, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently Liam made a video thanking him, where his daughter calls him Uncle Always DTF.
Yeah.
Now, apparently his name is, you know, the initials are DTF. So that's, you know, okay, that's your screen name, sure. When a 4-year-old, like, okay, let's, for a moment, set aside the fact that a grown man is sending a 4-year-old a gift, okay?
Yeah.
When the 4-year-old thanks you for that gift, maybe she should use your first name.
Yeah.
It's not a secret. It's on the internet. If you search, you know.
Yeah, thanks, Uncle DTF does sound different coming from like a young child, especially if it's not actually her uncle.
Right. And I'm like, dude, that's where it really just crosses over into disgust.
Are we sure that this isn't like an actual relative of Liam? This is just like someone from the chat.
I don't care.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if it actually is? Because if it is actually, you know, Liam or Mrs.
I tried
Liam's
to come up with some excuses for it, but at no time.
Well, yeah, sending a.
Maybe it's because I'm a father and I have young kids, and
he sent an
outfit of some kind.
An outfit.
And then she wore the outfit and said, "Thank you, Uncle Always D." And it's like, dude, if you actually think you're doing something wholesome, you gotta like fucking step back and correct yourself. Like the fact that Liam's situational awareness didn't kick in. Like, I'm done.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't think the only explanation I could possibly come up with is if it's his literal relative, and it's, you know, here's an outfit I sent for my niece. I could understand that.
But don't put yourself in a situation where you have to make complicated excuses for disgusting behavior.
Yeah. I mean that's
you know?
Like it's not there's nothing about it. Like I don't.
But that, you know, sometimes you see a news story that just triggers you, and I hear that every time it comes up again, it makes my blood boil.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, him in the car driving around with the kid and his wife, and he's talking about making all these jokes about Epstein Island, which I say jokes, but he's presenting it like.
See, and I haven't seen any of that. I see so little of his content, man.
I saw that one, and I think that's where I was where you're at now. With that, I was like, fuck this guy.
Like this is actually disgusting, and I don't know what the deal is here, but I don't want any part of it anymore. Okay?
Yeah.
It was fun when you were just an Australian guy who made comic books and liked One Piece. I can definitely vibe with that. I went on his channel a couple of times. We had a good time.
Yeah.
But the more I see, the worse it gets. But then I go on Fanatra's channel yesterday morning because they're adding me to the haters list, and I figure, hey, let's make an appearance. Let's see what these guys are like. And they're watching Liam, and I swear, dude, they're in love with him.
Yeah, there is like too much. That's what I don't quite get. Like I can go sometimes, but like, and like I love Cynic and all the FFS guys. Obviously, I don't go there all the time because like.
But I see you over there. That's that's the reason I stopped in a few of those times. I'm like, hey, Dr. Ben's on the fan.
I can't feel that invested in like complaining about Liam all the time, and it's like that's like 60% to 90% of a show. You know what I'm saying? Not every show, but like when Liam comes up, then it's going to be like the whole.
That's the whole thing, because once you start, it's hard to stop. He is the quicksand.
That's where you're right saying that it's like this is what Liam seems to want, is people constantly talking about him, talking all this crazy stuff, saying he's pointing all these crazy stories about him.
Right, like we're watching this stream, and at one point he does a little like wink at the camera, and I swear, like you could feel the reactions from the people on the panel. All their cameras were off. If their cameras were on, you'd see them just like, oh, he looked at me.
He's talking right to me.
It's fucking crazy, man. And that's where it's like, I'm gonna teach everybody a lesson in this situation. Because like Liam made that video about, Will Studio is banished. And he apparently wrote my name in a death book. I'm like, I'm never watching that.
Wrote it in the death book. I didn't even know there was a death book, but
the Death Note. Are you familiar with Death Note, the show?
Oh yeah. Well,
right.
I am. I didn't know that Liam also had a.
He has a Death Note, and he's writing people's names in it. My name is now in the Death Note.
Well,
and he's like, oh, I can't wait for the Will Studios to watch this show. Oh, he's gonna watch me. He's gonna watch me for 3 hours.
He's gonna be He's gonna be telling his wife all about me.
He's probably telling his wife about me. She's probably thinking about me too.
Oh boy, no, bud. Liam. They know Liam's coming. Oh boy. Like it's like people get off on like the notoriety of things. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's you know what I'm saying? Like one of the things with myself, that like I've always been conscious of that, like, like I don't want to ever appear like I'm like promoting something evil. You know what I'm saying? Like to like cover things or like expose them, but like when you're participating and doing all this stuff with Liam, like hoping for people to be upset and writing death notes and all that. Like
the trouble is that he is a liar. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, is it? Nah, I don't want to.
Like right there on the Clippa stream we're watching, and you see, like, okay, how many crazy liars do you know in your life, Ben?
A couple.
Have any of them ever tried to scam you? Like, how involved?
Well, once I've noticed, once you finally realize that's what someone is, like you can either play along with them because like they're like infectious, right? Like and you kind of play along with them, and like they'll come back, like they know that they're annoying, right? Like when they know that like people don't like their lies and all, they know this stuff. They've caught on.
Yeah.
And they'll try to, but they also know people will feel forgiven or about them, or like, you know, be like, well, you know, something happened, you know, it was a
Well, and you're catching on,
misunderstanding.
okay? Because there's a couple of things. There's methods, there's pathways in the brain, I think, that exist in these people, okay, where they argue a certain way. And so you really got to be careful when you decide to confront them about stuff, because they're going to start hitting you with combos.
Yeah.
One of them is when they just start getting really upset and this and this and this and this and A, B, C, D.
You said this, and then I know that you already thought that it was a lie. You knew it was a lie the whole time.
But dude, if you actually like listen to what he's saying, there's red flags all over the goddamn place. We're listening to it on CG After Dark, and he said at one point, he said that every time somebody calls, like swats him, and an ambulance comes out, that he gets charged for it. And I brought up at the time, I'm like, is that a thing in Australia? And someone in the chat is like, no. And I look it up, and sure enough, if an ambulance is called to your house in Australia for any reason, they're not going to charge you unless they render some sort of aid or assessment. Okay? So if these ambulances are indeed being called to their house, Liam would have to invite them to examine him in order to be billed for anything. That's the laws in Australia. If he waves them off, if they show up and he just says, hey guys, this is a thing, nobody called to you, blah, 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 you know, people on the internet, and they leave, you're not getting charged. And so it's like just just lies. And I'm not going to fucking sit here and analyze the fact that he lies about something as simple as that to elicit sympathy, because that's always the goal, is to elicit sympathy. You must surround yourself with people who are sympathetic to what you're going through.
They're just obsessed with me, mate. I don't even know it. I don't know why. You know, I'm just trying to make comics, and they're just obsessed with me. I don't know. Like, I know exactly what you mean. Like, they paint all this. They'll go back, whatever they figure out is like your kind of like sympathy note that you're like, well, yeah, but you know, he's got a kid. I mean, see, he's got a wife. He's trying to do right. I mean, he's, you know, he seems like maybe he's kind of simple. I don't know. Like, you know, like whatever it is, he'll play into, you know, they'll play into that. Whatever, it's bizarre. Like, cause that's what I mean. Like the person I'm thinking of, they would just lie and lie and lie, and then they would be like, I never said, man, you know I'm not a lie. You know I'd never lie to you, right? Like, they'd look at me like, I would never lie to you, right? You know that, right? And like, they would not drop it unless you're like, right, you never lied to me. Sure, okay, whatever. Right. And that there's something wrong with them, definitely. I don't know, like, you know, what exactly it is, whether it's an actual defect or they're like some sort of moral, they've become like an evil, a villain, you know, who.
I mean, they embrace, you know, I know the person that I'm thinking of embraced it, you know, and at one point he called me from prison. He's like, Will, I think I literally am like the devil sometimes. Like my mind won't let me be normal. He's constantly like, he'll lie about the littlest things just because he wants to. And he's like, I wish I could change, you know? He's pulling one of those. Like, geez Louise, dude.
Yeah. No, that's
but yeah, this is a guy who faked his own death because he was scamming this family out of money, like they were paying for his living expenses while he was fucking their daughter. And then you know, he ran off when the brothers got, you know, wise.
Right.
And, you know, he ended up going to prison eventually for that and a few other things.
Oddly, made other bad decisions.
Yeah, he made several bad decisions to land in prison. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't really know what the answer is with people like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like you hate to be like just cold and like, well, fuck all those people. But at the same point, like, if it's someone that like you could see that they're aware of what they're doing, and they're not trying to change, or like they just keep doing it. It's like you just have to just get away from them.
Detach.
Which I mean,
man.
with Liam, you know, it's like think about it, like you think of like comics as like a big factory. You know, you go into the factory, there's all these different rooms, buildings, and like, you know, everyone at the factory doesn't like each other. You know, it's a job just like any other job. You know?
Yeah.
But you know, there's new people come in and like, hey, there's this guy over there he's over in lettering, or he's over in whatever department. The fucking don't, you know, just be careful. You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel like the FFS and like Sinatra and them. Because I feel like they didn't do this right for a long time, right? Before they were covering Liam when he was doing all this stuff, right? Like I would assume they had talked about him before. You know, apparently he had done something similar when he was here before too, like years ago. But like people weren't like when I started following CG stuff 23, I think. And they weren't, you know what I mean? Like nobody was really talking about him, and they weren't like saying like, hey, Liam's crazy or this or that. They was just
same. So you came in about the same time as me then.
I think
after the Eric July stuff was started.
Yeah, it was just starting, and I remember I was over in that cartoonist kayfabe group, right? And they had a thing on there that said, you know, they're against Comicsgate. And I was just like, well, I don't even know what Comicsgate is, so I don't care. I'm not going to go, you know. And then like I started finding out like, oh, okay, it's Ethan Van Sciver. Oh, okay, well,
I like Ethan.
What's he doing? He's drawn. He's not worked. Okay, well, no, I knew he was not at DC or whatever. But that's what I mean. It's like people weren't like warning anyone or like covering Liam or like, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't. And so when he came back and people were like promoting Dino King 2 and like promoting his streams and everything, no one was the wiser that like this guy's a nutball and threatens to off himself if he gets upset and has all kinds of ridiculous stories that he tells, and you know,
that just starts coming out of nowhere.
All the stuff with his contributors or whatever you'd call them, you know, the artists he'd work with, all the stories about with that, it's not like that was just made up now. It's like they're going back, oh yeah, this lady said this back this year, and this guy said that, this happened. You know what I mean? Like
it's like a slow drip. Like if you're brand new in this space and you know your introduction with Liam is Dino King, and hey, he's making comic books in Australia and he's kind of entertaining, you know,
he's just a funny Australian guy. Like, oh, okay, yeah, sure.
And then it's
why
just
would anyone
slowly sort of realize,
how could anyone not want this guy around? He's fun. Look at it.
It's his haters that are the problem. It's like, you're not wrong. The haters are the problem. He is also a problem.
Just putting paint on something takes so freaking long.
I know. Wouldn't it be easier to just AI? Let AI do everything? What are you painting, Dr. Ben?
Let me pull the thing over here and I'll flip it around.
Oh,
it's a picture of Cyberfrog. Nice.
Look at you. You go from being in the cartoonist kayfabe community, where they're trying to tell you, you know, EVS bad, Comicsgate bad.
He's an evil person. He's making comics about Cyberfrog.
Says, you guys came here after the EVS and Eric fallout? Yeah.
Well, I was here before it, is what I'm saying. Like that was.
Well, yeah, it was as the fallout was happening.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things that I had messaged Ethan back then. I was like, because it was like one of the guy, the editor. The editor, one of the things I was doing was like always making videos about Eric and complaining about it. And I'm like, but he was like a liberal. And I'm like, what are these guys? Why are they so upset about this black guy? He's like, what is the issue?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wrote Ethan about it, and I was like, what do I even do with this? These guys are just. He's like, yeah, just tell him what you feel or whatever. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I put the guy in a comic. Like I made like a little comic strip about it, and he got mad. And I got kicked out of all the cartoonist kayfabe stuff. And but then that was that 2023. That was that summer, I think. I remember like the guy that I was doing this other comic with, he got all pissed. Even he was like, there's the guy that I was doing this thing with, the Silent, right? Like, there's a whole bunch of different people, and like he got all pissed and, well, I'm not gonna publish your comic anymore. I'm like, well, shit, you already paid me, like,
yeah.
What do you mean?
Thanks
you
for the
paid
money,
me for all
I
the
guess.
pages? Yeah, like you still owe me like $200. I mean, I guess I'll pay you what I still owe you, and I don't know if I'm gonna print your comics still. I don't know.
Yeah.
They were so. It wasn't because I said anything. It was just because you're in comics.
They needed to signal to their tribe.
We're not okay with Dr. Ben being in Comics Gate.
We're not cool with Ben anymore, you guys.
And so it's kind of funny that that's what I mean. Like with Eric July, it was when it was just started. Like Isom 1 was just about to come out, and he was still, everyone was like promoting him. The second Isom came out, and Ethan did a cover, Shane did a cover. They were promoting it, That's what I mean. It was before the big fallout with Dick Masterson and finding out that no one actually read the Isom comics.
Yeah.
It's like, it was like looking at them.
That was such a crazy time, dude. Like, what a great era.
They were like, you could look at the comics and you knew they weren't going to be like good. It was like,
see, but it got worse. That's the thing with the Rippaverse. It was so funny because it got the more you looked at it, the Documan cards were priceless, dude. The Documan cards where it's like, we have this Watcher character who's going to give you secret Rippaverse knowledge. And then you read the cards and it's like, he literally doesn't know anything.
I don't know what his powers are, but I think
he's watching the same news
dangerous
that the characters in the comic book are watching.
His powers look very disturbing and interesting. I'll have to study it more.
Strange. Yeah, I'll have to study it further. What do you mean? You're supposed to be a ghost that sees everything. It's the secrets of the Rippaverse.
Secrets of the Rippaverse.
And he was charging $80 for it. What, didn't he charge $80 for like a 12-page making of Isom thing? And it was literally just, I had this idea, and I sent it to my artist, and he made it.
Yeah. I mean, people were buying it, though. So, I mean, that's... And it's not the people that were buying it. You don't see any huge, like, revolt from them. I mean, you don't see a... he's got his devotees, right? Like Sturgis and whoever, the... Andy Andrew, whoever the just devoted people are that are there in for the win, But they just I don't know. That's what I mean. Like I don't know what to think with them because it's like they didn't turn it into anything else besides like just bad comics. Like they never got it turned into worse comics, but not. It wasn't like. This brought in so many more people to comic books. Like it's just, I'm sure there's like some kids that their first experience was a Rippaverse comic, which, they'll probably be turned off of comics forever now. But
yeah,
Or, you know, those kids in the hospital that got the Rippaverse comics. Like, sure, a lot of them, that probably is what pushed them to give up. Let go of the pain. This is what life is. It's just more pain. They're giving us comic books to just... these aren't comic books. This is what they're giving us?
Yeah, this is a culture war totem. This is just... Eric July can freaking clap himself on the back.
I mean, it did illustrate that the liberals, you know, they're not there for the blacks, right? Like just being a black
no, you got to be the right kind.
Black creator. Yeah, it's not that black people are ousted from comics or not allowed to make them, or, you know, there's none of that. It's just, you know, you have the right. You agree. You can get on the boat. And ride the boat too, you know, instead. But and that's what I mean. It's like none of the big black creators talked about Eric July. You know what I mean? Like, in fact, like mainstream people were like super against him, right?
Right.
Like, Eric July, oh my gosh, this is horrible. I was like, why? What's the big issue? Like,
the issue is that he was in with the Fandom Menace people, because that's how I found out about Eric July, and that's how I found out about Comicsgate. Because like, I'm not a live stream guy, right?
Right.
Especially back in the day. I guess I am now. Now that I've been hanging around Comicsgate, and I've like, you know, I've kind of adopted a bit of the culture around here. I actually seem to prefer live streams these days, but. You know, back in the day, I would be watching playlists of freaking Nerdrotic and stuff like that, complaining about She-Hulk, because it's like, I'm not watching anything after Endgame. I might as well, you know, see how they're fucking it up. And so I was in that land. So then they're promoting the Rippaverse over there. And I'm like, and so back in 2008, I was in a movie called Ninjas vs. Zombies. Right. And my character had a podcast, because I was basically forced into doing a podcast by the director of the movie. We had gone to Indiana Jones 4, and I went on a freaking rant outside that theater that just had everybody laughing their asses off, right? And I didn't know a thing about podcasts. But he was a big Kevin Smith guy, so he was listening to Smodcast and stuff, and he's like, he wanted to put me and one of my co-stars, Dan Guy, on a podcast together. And we went for a few years. We went for like 5 years doing Suckcast, because everything sucks.
Yeah.
You know? And that was my catchphrase. What's happening, players? What's going on, players? Welcome to the Suckcast.
Players.
Like, you know what sucked? This movie sucked. And then we'd start talking about, but then, you know, because Dan Guy was more into podcasts, so he's like, you know, we need to be more relaxed. It'd be better if they got to know us a little better, you know, because I was radio voice guy in the beginning.
Right.
And so eventually it graduated to, so what happened this week? So how was your week? And I would just have stuff, you know, it was kind of like a biggest problem in the universe in a way, because I would just come up with stuff, you know, that were problems. You know, in the mundane things, you know, relatable things. And then we would go into whatever movie we were watching, and, you know, my job was to tear the shit out of this movie. That's how I saw, you know, my role in the podcast. But eventually, you know, because it was 2008, I'm not making money off of this. I wasn't sure. I didn't have the freaking foresight to realize, like, that this could become something. Like, the fact that I had 500 or so views every week was a bigger deal than I realized. You know, now I'm struggling to get 30. You know, freaking 20 years later, 18 years later.
They're more like aware of like promoting stuff as well. So it's like, I don't know. Well, yeah, I have no idea.
I feel like I was early on in the hate train, but I was also early on in this revelation, because, you know, I consider myself an artist. And even though I wasn't actively drawing at the time, like I had doodled through high school. I had this idea that I was going to make a comic book someday because I was just gifted, period. Like, I don't have to work hard like you fuckers. I'm like,
just do it. That's all.
Just do it.
That's all. Sure.
But I never came up with an idea. So then I'm doing this podcast and I'm making fun of things and it's just gnawing at me. I'm like, you know, I'm sitting here, I'm watching the writing in Hollywood go downhill. I'm watching the comic books turn to shit. When am I going to make something? And so at first I was writing movie scripts. I was trying to get like a movie or a YouTube series or something going because I knew so many actors and stuff, but none of that ended up coming together. And then I ended up just going into restaurant management for a while, you know?
Well, I mean, if you still have like your movie scripts, you know, those are like movie scripts and like comic book scripts are pretty similar, you know, like especially if you did like I don't know how far you went in like your movie scripting, but like if
we had several episodes scripted out, and that's the thing is I was gonna make a Dan Guy in the Will comic book about a couple of autistic grown-ups. It was basically Step Brothers meets Batman and Robin, like 1960s, right? So it was these two autistic friends, grown-ups, who believe themselves to be like Adam West and Burt Ward style superheroes. And then the world, the city that they live in, slowly it kind of turns into that. Because, so here, hold on a second. I'll actually pull up the pages that I had done relatively recently for this. Where did I put those? Yeah, here it was. So like, the first page was going to be Dan Guy answering the phone. Right, hold on a second. So many layers. It's been so long since I worked on this. But anyway, Dan Guy answers the phone because the phone rings. He's like, "Yes, Mayor," because that phone is the hotline for the mayor.
Right.
The only person that has it as a mayor. But no, it's a wrong number. Just some random dude, right? And so Dan Guy hears that and he takes it as a clue, right? You know, because obviously someone has kidnapped the mayor, right? And it must have something to do with this Anthony character. He's like putting together like Adam West, right? And then this was the third page that I actually kind of like because it's like they run down the stairs of their apartment building.
Yeah. And
then this homeless dude is like his Lucius Fox, you know? He's like, Dan Guy, got some more weapons for you, right? Dan Guy's like, because the Will is way ahead of Dan Guy. Like you can see Dan Guy's coming down the stairs very carefully, relatively, and the Will's just like running off, you know?
It seems like he's like,
just leaving him in the dust. And so then Dan Guy goes like, "Will, come back," and he like has a shock collar on the Will. And then he comes back, and the script goes on from there. I didn't start any other pages because I think I shifted back into the other comic book I was working on. But
I mean, there's not like that many like really actually are there any like right wing or like just like right wing friendly comics that are like funny? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
and that's the thing. This is hilarious. The script is hilarious.
I like it. So I mean, and that's what, you know, like good jokes are like good jokes, like just no matter what. You know what I mean? And like, you know, despite my anti-racist, you know, my feelings of hating racism. You know, racism is funny. Like
dude. I was raised around some very racist people, okay? And they are avowed racists. You know, so I can't help it. I'm sorry. You know,
my people. This is my culture.
If somebody has a white object, I might say something like, "Hey, man, white is right." And I said that one time, and this kid, like a younger kid, looked at me like, "What did you just say?" like it's fucking. He was about to have a conniption fit, and I'm like, "Hey, man, calm down. It's a fucking piece of plastic. What are we talking about here?"
That's not what this girl was seeing. We're at the bar, and I don't even know what I said, but I was like, I did the like that. I was like, okay, symbol. I was like, it's white power, and she's like, what? Really? Don't do that. No.
Are you?
She got
like. Are you a proud boy?
What's going on? No.
Yes, I am a proud boy.
And it was just, and I was just joking. I wasn't,
Right.
Oddly enough, and it was in the whitest town in Ohio. Geneva on the Lake. Yes. Geneva on the Lake is separate from Geneva on Ohio, right? I mean, it's just like you're in Geneva, and then there's like Geneva on the Lake is like a little.
Right.
I don't know what this exact legal differentiation is, but it is.
What's crazy is I hear like, wow, the whitest town in Ohio. What would it be like to live there? And then I'm like, dude, as soon as Trump is out of office and they get somebody in there, the Democrats get somebody in there, they're going to drop 60,000 Africans in there. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, probably.
That's going to be, like the coming political era, if the Democrats win or whatever, or if the world doesn't end ahead of time,
Yeah, I think Vivek is going to win in November here, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
He was just given another speech where he was once again talking down to heritage Americans, and literally every single one of his speeches is him browbeating you into, hey, you need to accept foreigners as being just as American as you. Okay?
Yeah.
And maybe they don't have the same values as you do, but they're here.
Well, I mean, he's got a point. I mean,
dude, his point pisses me off.
Is there going to be like another Republican that's going to be, I mean, we don't know what the future is going to be, but like, is there going to be another Republican that's going to be harder on immigration than Trump? And he still is not.
Yeah.
They're all still down there in Cincinnati eating the cats.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
They're still eating them. He didn't stop it.
He didn't stop any of it. He
promised.
He's not going after the judges. Like, and this is where I play some strategy games. I play a game called Go. Okay. Right. It's only for geniuses like me.
Right.
But you got to think ahead. You got to think about what your opponent is doing. You got to think, what is the best way to win this battle? And it's not sending ICE to raid neighborhoods. Okay? It's punishing the judges.
We cut down on the ICE. They had a sharp drop off in the ICE attacks. I mean, they're still out there. I mean, but not really, That's what's so confusing is like we have them. Okay, we're giving all the money to ICE. And then it's like, okay, and then they're shooting up fucking housewives and liberals.
Right.
Like, we could have done that on our own. What are you doing? Like, what is this? I thought you were going to come and get rid of all the fucking criminals, the illegals.
There's so many things you could do. Like, if me and you sat down and thought about it right now, just the two of us, we could probably come up with a bulletproof plan to fix the whole fucking immigration system. But they're never going to do it.
Instead of Renee Good and that other guy, instead of them getting shot, there was like ICE officers were let loose and they massacred a bus full of migrants. They were supposed to be deported. They if that was what the headline was, I guarantee there would be less migrant problems.
Yeah.
Like if it was, oh shit, they they just unloaded on a whole bunch of the illegals. They're fucking psychos.
Dude, did you see the scenes out of Spain?
I just saw the picture of them coming off the boat.
Dude. Literally, you got a town of 80,000 people and 60,000 migrants storm the border. And they break into houses. They're currently squatting in houses, beating the shit out of residents, raping people, looting stores. It's literally like a freaking barbaric, and it's like a medieval invasion. You know? It's insane.
That's well, I mean, there's whatever wasn't Spain was becoming anti-Semitic or something. I think that's what I had heard. Spain. All of
Spain.
Spain.
Yeah, no, Spain was condemning Israel for what they were doing in Gaza, and then Israel, like one of the major newspapers, puts out a little piece about how it's like, well, we're gonna make Spain pay the price for trying to stand up to us. It's like, what? And then
that does seem a little too.
And they specifically said that Morocco should take that city.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
they're not hiding it.
Like, are they really a problem if you can direct them at which city they're going to attack? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that. I get, like, you know, that would have its own problems as well. You know, like, but like if you're able to direct the hordes of I don't know.
Subcontinent.
Yeah, what does that mean? Like, how are you able to direct them like that? And like, why aren't you sending them to, like, I don't know, like Russia or something?
Because
send them to China, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Send them to, like, the people we don't like or whatever. Like, send them over there instead of just.
Well, here's
Spain?
the thing: you just said we, okay, and there is no we here. All right.
Right.
Israel is going to use us to do what they want.
Are we sure that it's not us using Israel?
How so?
Like, if we wanted to just, like, control the market, like, not we have the only market, but you know what I'm saying? But we're the people, like, essentially, like, controlling what the market is doing. It's ups, it's downs.
Mm-hmm.
You got to control all the different stuff, right? What better way to do that? You need a spot right in the middle of all the sand kingdoms, right? In order to be able to adequately do this, be able to bring in whatever kind of munitions, weapons, this and that, or have people that are there that are just going to do whatever you say, right? Like, but I mean, you can't actually tell people, like, look, we have a foreign nation that just does all our black ops if we want. Like, you can't really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but they're not doing all our black ops either.
Yeah, they're not doing it. Man, we definitely don't control them. They're doing it all on their own. We definitely don't control them. Like,
they literally just put themselves in charge of our military. Like, did you see that Section 219 of the National Defense Authorization?
I know. Like, that's what I mean, though. It
literally creates a separate position within the government that can direct the military, who is not the president and who does not answer to the president or Congress. So this whole time we've been going around, you know, this whole, oh, well, Congress is the only one who can declare war. And then you're like, okay, well, the president's just going to direct these military operations instead. We're never going to call it a war, right? Yeah. And now you got Trump coming out saying there's this war in Iran, right? Fucking that up. So now Israel has to install somebody else to run the fucking military who is not the president.
See, that's what I mean. Like, we're not. I don't think that. I cannot imagine that, like, our military leaders are like, yeah, we'll just let these guys do it. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like our military leaders are the ones that have like now transplanted themselves into Israel, maybe.
Dude,
But
I
if
think
that's-
they might, dude. Like, you see everyone going over there touching the wall, you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the fact that all of this stuff is out in the open and discussed, and you know what I'm saying? Like 4 or 5 years ago, we couldn't like say any of this stuff, or, like talk about any of this stuff online.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I look at, and I'm like, what?
Talking about the
Why is it-
anti-Semitism laws.
Yeah, like all of that. It's just very odd. Very odd that it's all now. It's like, well, yeah, everybody can talk about anything. It's cool. But that's what I mean. Like, I always look at it like, why are we seeing what we're seeing too? You know what I mean? Like, there's so much stuff we see. Like, why can't just be that? Like, this is really what's going on. The news, they've uncovered the hard facts. The war in Iran.
No, it's never that.
That's what I mean. The hard-hitting journalists have gone in and found the truth. Like, you know that's not. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
so that's what I mean. Like, everything we're seeing, it's like, what? Why is it? Why do they want us to see this? What is the point here?
You ever listen to Jimmy Dore?
Yes, I have. It comes and goes. Of like, he's got parts where I like him.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I don't listen to him regularly. Oh, you're all right. You dropped paint.
Oh, son of a. Oh, worse. Get it out. Hold on. Well, I guess. Well, that vaporizer was done anyways.
Oh, you killed your vape?
Was it? Oh, shit. Oh,
Thanks
no.
for
It fell in the
reminding me. I haven't vaped in a minute.
It just fell right in there. Sat in there. Maybe it wasn't even dead. I don't know. Well,
I'm going to
needed
stay
get
strong
the
and not
vape
buy
store
any
today.
new weed. Huh?
I needed to get to the vapes. I wanted to get to the vape store anyway today, so this will be even more of a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found like the flower weed. Like, I think probably once you get old, smoking isn't as good for the lungs. Is what I found.
Oh no.
No. Sad fact of age.
That's why I got this thing.
I thought about those, but I've never.
Got an oven. Because here's what. So I vape it, and it looks like this, right? And then I vape it again, and it looks like, it looks darker. So this is going to be trash, But yeah, man, I'm not combusting it, so I'm not inhaling smoke. And so it's easier on the lungs. But also, so I vape all the fresh flower, and now I'm this deep, into the already vaped stuff. So it's like my tolerance is tapering off, I feel like, And I picked this one up because there was the dispensary outside the midget wrestling event. I'm like, I'm gonna pick up a little vape. I'm gonna vape at this midget wrestling.
Memento.
But now it's like I'm almost done with the AVB, the already vaped buds. And I'm like, should I re-up or should I take a break? Should I take like a nice long tolerance break? What would that do for me? Probably some
it can't necessarily hurt you. I mean,
but like I said, this stuff, being able to vape like basically a 70% weaker weed,
right?
It helps so that I feel like I could like just stop right now if I want to, because I'm not getting that high.
maybe try or switch to like mushroom vapes or something. You know, or like
mushroom vapes.
This is.
Should I start doing mushrooms?
Mushroom vapes. This one is. What the heck is this thing called? This one is like from Conan or something. This one is Psyched. Blue Lotus. Oh, Blue Lotus. Stygian. The very best. Very best. And I don't. It's a blend of Blue Lotus extracts. Like, yeah, I don't.
It works.
I don't know. I mean, I assume half of it is just, you know, it's just fun to vape. You know what I mean? Like, you just.
That's true.
So I mean, that's half of it for me. Is just because I used to like smoke cigarettes. I mean, still, sometimes I'll smoke cigarettes still, you know, but like, you know what I mean? Like, smoking cigarettes is just, we worked in restaurant management. You have to smoke cigarettes at some point. Like,
yeah.
There's no way you do not.
I'll be honest, I still smoke cigarettes.
Especially if you got to management level. There's no way you got to management and you're a guy and you do not smoke cigarettes. No.
Now I'm bartending again, and I'm like, I'm going to go take a break. But then I heard that's probably what kept me from catching COVID, really. Because the nicotine blocks the receptors in the lungs for the spike protein.
Come on. Slow but sure. Like my This is what I'm sort of basing it off of. Is this Swamp Thing cover.
Ooh, nice.
So.
It's a little homage. I need to look up some Vampirella covers so I can start conjuring a vision. You know, the clearer the vision, the faster the work. You know.
I've saved a couple. I forgot. I haven't sent them to you.
I've managed. I was just gonna Google, you know, iconic Vampirella covers and pick one, you know. But I managed to re-angle this chair because I realized yesterday the angle was wrong for the fold in the chair. It looked like she was floating above it.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah, no, that looks a lot. Oh yeah. Well, I think the last time I saw it, I don't think you had colored the chair at all yet or done.
No, I've been coloring it a bunch, but yeah, freaking earlier here. Oh wow,
that's nice.
It was like over on the left side, the fold was down at her butt, and then on the right side, it was up here at like her waist, and then the way she's laying, like the angle of the chair was wrong, and the angle of the chair still is wrong. But I feel like I can get away with it now. Like, it's not as bad. Because the back of the chair is up higher than if you're looking at her from that angle, right? The chair would have to be at this angle. So if it's up here...
You're saying what? You're saying what now?
So the back of the lounger, the back of the sun lounger, right? It appears to be angled like this, which if it was and she was laying on it, you would see her shoulders and her upper body at a different angle. You wouldn't see it at that extreme low angle. I would have to move the fold if I wanted that posture to make sense. I would literally have to angle the chair so that the fold is at her shoulder blades. For it to actually make sense, for her head to be like that.
I see what you're saying, but I don't...
Is it worth it to do surgery so that I'm comfortable with the chair position, or should I just leave it as it is?
I think you could leave it as it is, but maybe
should I redraw her upper body so that it makes more sense and her tits are just hanging differently, or do I like the under boob that much that I need to keep it?
No, I wouldn't redraw her at all. Like, I think how do you? I think it's just messing with the chair a little bit is all. Like, maybe because like when you have the back up, like it doesn't have to be like all the way up, or you know what I'm saying. Like you could have that just like a little. So I mean, I don't think that's.
Or would you have ever noticed it unless I pointed it out?
Yeah, I don't think I would have noticed it if you didn't point it out. But like,
I'll just get ready for John Malin to point it out. I'm like, and I mentioned that earlier in the stream, how it's like, most people are not going to sit there and analyze your artwork that much.
Right. But it does feel like at the fold on the chair, it does feel like there's something not on the side with the towel, like on the other side.
Yeah.
Like it feels like there's something.
Because you can already see how I changed the angle a little bit up top from like that, like where it's erased on the console is where it used to be. So it used to be angled a little more up. But I feel like I would have to.
Well, there's not like you can't see like where it on the side where there's no towel. You can't see like what the fold in the chair. You know what I'm saying?
You can't even see where it is.
So I think
because it would have to be either here, yeah. The way she's laying, it's almost like this.
Yeah.
Or
like I look at the fold
down here, it would be like this. And that is more of a sun lounger, because the sun lounger is like 2/3 away up, right? Yeah, if I did it that way, it would be better.
You think make it bigger on the left? Is that what you're thinking, or
change the angle? Like you see how the angle that I have in the marks that I just made, it's like practically flat. It's only raised up a little bit. So then it would be her head is propped up by her hand and not necessarily on the sun lounger as much. And that's how we get the angle on the head and then this angle on the chest, right? So the sun lounger, it would have to be like that. Cody's joined. Cody might want to weigh in on this sun lounger situation. Cody?
What's up, I left earlier because you guys were shit talking Israel, so what's going on here?
Hold on, let me turn off the music. You're kind of low.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, what are you doing?
Getting that echo.
My microphone.
Cody brings the echo.
Better?
What are you looking at? Is this better?
Nope.
Mate. No.
Same.
Is that louder?
Slightly.
Hello.
You're getting better.
Hello.
You're getting better, but I still got an echo.
You still have an echo?
Do you hear it, Ben?
I hear the echo too.
Do you not hear it, Cody?
No, I don't. So it's something with my stuff. Okay, here.
Yeah.
Here.
I'll keep talking about this sun lounger. Chime in when you're ready. But the more I look at this, the more I think I should fix it.
Do you still have an echo?
No, it's gone.
Okay, I figured. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see the conundrum right now?
Do I see the conundrum?
Have you been tuning in for the past 5 minutes?
No.
All right, tell me what's wrong with this picture. The time it takes you to figure out what's wrong with this picture may dictate my next course of action. Okay? And I'm going to zoom in on the problem area.
Is it the chair?
It's the chair.
Or the weird, like, kind of how the lines are... Like, I don't know how to describe
the fold of the chair, the fold of the chair and the posture of the woman do not match up.
Oh.
I have an ISOM situation where she is floating above a couch.
Yeah, I see that now. Yep.
Yep. Her hair isn't floating above the couch.
Nope.
She is.
Yeah. No, I do see that now, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is it a big enough deal to have to change? Because this is the size of the bookmark, right?
Mm-hmm.
If people even notice the chair angle situation, are they going to care?
I don't
A fix like that is going to take like an hour and a half, probably.
I don't think the bookmark will... Well, depending how big the bookmark is, I don't think it's that big of an issue, to be honest with you. That's me, though.
All right, I'm leaving it.
If... I'm trying to think of this as if I commissioned, like, my artist to do this, would I ask him to fix it?
Yeah.
And I don't think I would for this situation.
Okay. Especially because most people are looking down here.
Yeah, that's the banger part right there.
Right.
Surprised I don't got some lotion on those.
Oh, make them like shinier?
Yeah.
That might be taking place soon enough. I'm getting, like I said, I'm pretty new to coloring. So I'm figuring a lot of this out. I sent a message to Tank and Michael to try and get a coloring stream together. And I'm thinking just like a one-off stream where I can pick the brains of Tank, because
yeah,
just be like, hey, you got any advice for like how do I make this look like a ground? You know what I mean? Like, how do I color things? Ben, how do I color?
Well,
what is red?
What are your? Let's look at your layers. What do your layers look like?
Here are my layers. So
turn off the whole image. Is that the whole image at the top? Or no, that's insert. Okay.
No, so this is what Grok did when I told Grok to color it. And Grok's like, I'm not coloring that, so I had to put dresses on them. And so
right.
That kind of, I don't know. It's kind of fun to see what Grok wants to do and what the sense he makes of it. You know what I mean? See what he wants to do. But, yeah. And I'm coloring it myself. So basically, if I turn the whole image off, right, I have line work.
Okay.
On a layer. Then I have like a background sort of, floor/wall layer.
Okay.
Then I got some colors on that layer. It's like building up. And then I got a masking layer on top of that layer for the shadows and the highlights. Then I got this, I already combined those layers because I don't have infinite layers, you know what I mean? So I had a red layer and then I masked it with the shadows highlights. So I have the towel layer, which I'm thinking I might have to redo the towel because I'm like, do I want her to have just a red towel? What do I want the towel?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can just leave it like that for now and then just...
That's what I was going to ask Michael about. I wanted Michael and Tank so that I could also talk to Michael about how do I add more cool shit? What do you want more? White spider? Should I give her a white spider towel? So then I have the flat for the skin and the shading for the skin. And then I have the hair, which is just a flat layer right now, because I haven't done any shading on them. And then the line work.
Right.
And then this layer, which is where I'm like trying to correct the angle of that sun lounger. Like if I had redone the sun lounger, I think it would be like that.
Yeah, I think with the sun lounger, I feel like it just... It feels like maybe like the angle on the side without the towel and the stuff is like the wrong.
Well, that's the one I just adjusted to try and make it seem like it made sense.
If you flip the whole thing, like left to right, you know, like
how do I do that? Oh.
Just
can I flip everything?
The whole thing.
I mean, you could just take like do like a pick like
boomer, dude.
Well, I'm like I don't even know how to figure out how to get the iPad so you can see it on my stream. So you know,
AirDroid is the program I use.
Well, I use Apple products, as you know. Like,
well, I'm using an Apple product, and AirDroid works.
Oh, is it? Well, all right. Or if you could, or just do like a. Not you, Scooter. Just.
I'm like, can I just lasso the chair and push it around? The shape of it.
Just take a picture of it with like your phone. Dude. Okay.
All right, let's try to do some surgery real quick.
There we go. That's what I'm saying. Or wait, no, I have it. My mirror's flipped my thing is flipped anyways.
Oh yeah.
So you gotta mirror your camera or mirror the.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
So I just took.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Well, let me
You know what I'm saying? It feels like. See what I'm saying on that. Let me get a little pen or something. This. Kind of feels like.
Feet look good on. There too.
Like there's almost like a little bulge there. Like see how over here it kind
of. Oh,
goes
I see what you mean now. Yes, you're right. There's a bend.
That's what I think.
Oh.
Some kid must have run into that sun lounger at high speed.
I feel like if you kind of do something up there to highlight, like that's where the fold is.
Yeah.
And not make it super big, but that'll put like the fold
lower
right there.
And then I just gotta
that's
make
where
sure
I see the fold anyway.
Yeah.
It looks like your hair is defining where the fold and that. You know what I'm saying? That's where
Yeah, that's where the fold currently is.
I think that's fine. That's what I'm saying. I think she's on this chair fine. I think it's just.
But then her upper body, why is she arching her back like that? Is she just being weird?
Yeah, she's
posing.
Yeah, she's just.
All right, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm overthinking it.
Also,
it's a bookmark. Well,
this right there is kind of. I don't know. Feels like it's. I feel like I'm being nitpicky if I'm like on that little corner of the pool there.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's
what about
just
the corner of the pool.
It's
like, is it curved?
Oh, the line. The line's just not that good.
Yeah, your line's just not that good, Dad.
Your line's just not that good, man. You need to do better on your lines.
It's like maybe like it almost looks like something like bumped and it just shifted the whole thing there, like just a hair. I don't know.
Maybe. This is what comes from like not being good enough at art. You know what I mean? In my opinion,
is this line crooked? Was that line crooked? Shit.
I think I'm just gonna be like, if people point that out, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm kind of a shitty artist.
hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'm just not that good.
Look, I'll get him next time, guys. You know,
if you want the truth here, it's just that
I'm not Ethan Van Sciver.
Ain't no.
It's not that good. I'm just not.
There are things I do well. A few things.
I draw good. I word good.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
we're
just
climbing up to 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna end it in like 10 minutes.
Right
and
on.
go eat.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I was gonna say the main thing with your layers is it's like you just want to have them so they're like they're easy for you to understand, and are easy to like change stuff and be able to like I use a lot of like I'll put like layers over things to put in kind of like
Check that out.
filters.
Creative Voice Network just told me. And flip it. Flip the whole thing.
Oh. Boom.
Incredible. I'm like, do I like it better that way? No. Nice.
You learned something.
I learned something. Thanks there, Creative Voice Network. You see, this is where it pays off to say hi to people on the internet.
Yeah. Learn how to flip the canvas.
What color should these toenails be? What do you think? Just a darker purple? Or should I give her like yellow toenails?
Ooh, yeah, give them yellow, like a super like neon yellow.
Let's try them out.
That's what I would think with these white spider girls. I would think they'd be having just everything would be, you know, yeah.
Yeah. What would Vasilis Lolos do?
There you go. That's how you gotta think.
Just dude, why? No, you're standing on the stuff, dude.
Man, I gotta get an actual like second monitor. Cause I'm using I'm using like a 50-inch TV mounted on my wall for my second monitor.
Oh, we're
It's
not.
like mounted up on my wall.
That's a
so every
lot
time-
though, right?
Yeah, so every time I have to like look at my second monitor, it's like gotta crank my neck up. It's having something on the desk is a little more useful.
Yeah, I got it. I had an old monitor from a computer, so I just got the, like, what is this one? Like 28 inches or something, 27 inch. And then I got the 24 inch over here. Before that, though, I had the 27 inch, and then I had a 40 inch like you had. I had an old TV.
Yeah.
So, and then I had it turned upwards, right? Maybe that's the key, is you got to turn yours and put it next to it or something.
I never thought about that, actually.
Yeah. Having the vertical monitor, because then it's like, it was like having a huge cell phone screen, you know? And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I wonder if I can rotate one of these monitors to do the same thing.
Because I was envisioning having like my regular monitor and then two verticals on each side.
Ooh.
But realistically, if I just move this one over, take my TV, turn it sideways, then it would just be a big L, which wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah.
Might try that out.
I got to redo my office again pretty soon. I feel like every time I deep clean it, I, you know, dust out, you know, kill the dust in my computer. Which, by the way, you ever seen these things? You got one of these?
No computer duster?
Dude, but I've been using cans for years.
Oh, whippets? Doing some whippets?
Oh yeah. Well, I got you know, those compressed air cans with the little straw, and that was just how I did it. And then it occurred to me, I'm like, I wonder if they've invented like a better way of dusting your computers. And sure enough, like, wow, like I love this thing.
See, that looks like it won't break the stuff inside too, because I've had a couple buddies that use a computer duster and it like busted wires and things like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was like what, $40 or something? I don't know. How much did I pay for this? I forget. The Wolf Box.
That does. I mean, that does look.
My wind gun. I chase the kids around with it.
Yeah, the fans definitely need a cleaning on my computer.
Yeah, this is. It's kind of funny. I'm actually painting with acrylics. Is what I'm using today. I mean, that's like color, you know. But I mean, it's. I don't know how to explain color. I don't know how to explain drawing or stuff anyways, but like, you know, I just put it on there and just see if it works and try to make it look. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know must have taken an art class at some point. I think I went to like my local, like Kent State, dude. No. Stay over there. I think I went to like the local like Kent State campus for like a couple weeks for art as an art major back in like when I was maybe when I was like 18 or 19 or something, but you know what I mean? And like I had a bunch of girlfriends that were artists, and you know, I always read all this stuff. I read books about it and go places, look at all the stuff, but go to museums, been in lots of all these museums and everything. But
see, but you're a real artist. You're not a trained monkey, you know? So you're like me, where it's like, you know, it's just in us. We can analyze it. We can make it.
Exactly.
We have imaginations. We have eyeballs.
And you have working hands.
And working functional hands. Cody doesn't even have hands. He has to use his mind and his words.
My mentality.
His mentality. It's about the mentality.
Yeah, I mean it never, you know. Well, I found like a thing of like all my stuff from when I was a kid, and it was like all this stuff from like first grade or second grade or whatever. And there's like I was writing like fan fiction for like the Centurions cartoons.
Yeah.
Like, like, and it was like, but it was like fan fiction about like the villains. Like
that's hilarious.
I was like, wait a minute. Like I'm like looking at it. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like writing fan fiction for Hacker, the sidekick. What the hell? What was I doing?
Like shipping him with somebody, or what kind of fan?
No, just
talking about.
Like him just going on adventures. Like he was, you know, he wanted to go explore the ocean floor, and like Doc Terror was like, dude, you don't have underwater equipment, and he's like, well, I can hook up with this. What did they called their robot that the villains had? What are they, strikers or strifers or something?
I don't know. I honestly, the Centurions, those were the guys with the airship that sent down the stuff, right? And they were like, oh, I'm going to go on this underwater mission. And they were like, like connected to their suits.
Yeah.
Okay. I wish I could remember more of it, but I was pretty damn young.
Yeah, that's the main point of it, you know, dude. All right, well,
I remember at the time being like, you know, freaking, that's awesome. Like,
yeah, but I think later, like my friend, like I had a friend, like when I was like older that was like way into it as well, because like I had like what I think I had the Doc Terror toy, and I had like a used Max Ray toy, which was like the underwater dude, right?
Yeah.
And like I think my buddy had like he had all of like two of the other ones. And I mean, those like the toys back then were like expensive too, like because they were like big action figures.
Yeah.
And he had like he was like a rich kid though. Like he had like all the Transformers, but had like he lost them like in cement. Like his parents they were doing like making a porch, and he's like, "Yeah, Devastator's in the cement, dude. I put him in there." And I'm like, "What the fuck? Why would you do that?" Because kids
Poor
were just
Devastator.
Kids were stupid back then. They didn't even. It was a bad time for the Empire. But that's what I mean. Like I just finding like weird that and like just all kinds of stories about like plane crashes and like I'm like, man, I always think that like I was a normal kid, but then like I look at it now, I'm like, man, I wasn't really like a weird kid.
Kind of messed up.
What is normal though,
Well, I realized it really with I was talking with Rev the one day, and it was about like this time when I was a kid where like my dad killed all these kittens. Like his neighbors had too many kittens, and so he got him a big paper bag and put all the cats in there, and then put it on the back of the car muffler.
Oh,
I was just like, such an evil thing to do.
Wow.
And I'm like, Rev's like, damn, how old were you? I'm like, I don't know. Like, maybe that's the same thing. Like early, like second grade at the oldest, maybe third grade.
young enough for it to be extremely traumatic.
Right, but like I don't even think of it that way. It's like, oh yeah, that's just one. Sometimes you
gotta
get too
go,
many
guys.
cats.
My dog's
Too many-
looking at me. I'm late to feed him.
He knows. All right, guys.
Give me the food.
Yep. You're right, buddy. I'm sorry. All right. See you guys. It's been a good stream, I feel like. Thanks for tuning in. And those who watch it later, take care. And I'm never going to die, Ever.